Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Stockton United. I'm your host, Lance McHan, and today's guest is Jerry Wolfe, a local entrepreneur and philanthropist. Thank you for stopping by.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, before we dive into what you do, let's talk about who you are in the community. You do a lot of little things in the community, and you're recently doing a big thing for the community, which we'll talk about near the end. So tell everybody a little bit about your history.
My history. Well, I was raised in bars, I guess, from when I was a little kid. My dad.
So you started drinking when you were 10?
I think it was six.
Shooting shots at Jack with the old bikers.
Yeah. No, the business my dad was in was, I was born in Reno.
Okay.
But he was from Montana, so I moved to Montana when I was kindergarten.
Where the men are men and the sheep are scared.
But his line of work was they had just legalized gambling or limited gambling in Montana, which was Keno back then. So he knew nobody in Montana knew how to do that, and him and my mom, both being dealers in Reno and Las Vegas, knew how to do that. So we moved back to Montana.
Capitalized on the...
He started running Keno games, so he owned Keno games in several different bars. So when I would get out of kindergarten, he would take me from bar to bar to bar, and I would hang out while he did what he did. And I got real obsessed with bars, the smell of it, the sound, everything about it. It was nothing was. My life was good when I'd go in there and all the people would give me quarters to play pinball and play the jukebox, and that's I got real obsessed with bars when I was really young.
Can't blame you there, man.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
You're a cute little kid walking around and giving quarters.
Yeah.
Get out of here, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Adults are talking.
Well, now that I look back on it, that's probably what it was. It was go in the other room and stop bugging us.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a quarter and go play.
Go play.
Yeah.
So, how did you end up becoming so you own a bar and a restaurant,
mm-hmm.
or own both?
I own a bar restaurant.
Okay.
I had two up until about a year and a half ago, and now it's looking like I'm going to be back into having two bars again. So
it was the Whisky Barrel here in Stockton and the Whisky Barrel Saloon in Lodi?
Yeah, it was the Whisky Barrel Saloon was first. The Whisky Barrel Saloon in Lodi.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning something too.
Yeah, which was formerly Last Call. When I started Last Call, there was 3 partners, and then when I went on my own, it was Whisky Barrel Saloon. And then a couple years later, we started the Whisky Barrel Tavern in Stockton.
So why'd you close the one in Lodi?
Lodi is a
unique market.
It is a unique market. It's a beautiful little town for a very small area. Once you get outside of that tiny area, it's even a few feet off of the little school street. Then it's everything changes drastically.
It is crazy because you go to the next street to the east, which is Sacramento Street, mm-hmm. and it's night and day.
Yeah, that's where my bar was. And it was
Sacramento Street.
Yeah, it was on Sacramento Street. And it's it's neglected. I mean, it seems like they do not want that street to flourish, however you want to put it. It's they just not only do they make it difficult for me to run the business there, but it was almost like they would not give me any help with all the crap that was going on the side there. So Lodi people and Stockton people, and they I was always defending. I've said this to many people. I was always defending Lodi to Stockton people, and I was always defending Stockton to Lodi people. And the people in Lodi say, "Oh, I'm not going to Stockton because of all the crime and the homeless," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's not near as bad as what I faced in Lodi. I mean, not even close." But
and because School Street, there's that hotel. You walk down there in the morning, you see tons of homeless people or
mm-hmm.
Transient traffic. It's all relative to where you live.
It is, and it's clearly we have that problem in Stockton. Most cities do now, but I just felt like the homeless there were really aggressive and really on the verge of
really
getting. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we see homeless here all the time,
right.
And there's panhandlers here, but I never felt threatened here in Stockton like I did in Lodi.
Wow. I would have never put the two together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, well, so when did you open the Whisky Barrel here in Stockton?
Stockton was 2014, I guess. Yeah.
So you took over the old Alder Market.
Well, there was another place in between
Okay.
Alder Market, and there was Aviva, and I think that was there for a year and a half. So I actually bought the business from Aviva.
Okay. And then were they just a bar or were they a restaurant as well?
Well, they were a bar restaurant, but
Not nearly as good as fit as Jerry's. Let me just say that.
well, thank you. I don't know. I heard good things about Aviva's food, but I think they were more of a nightclub more than anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
Which Whisky Barrel is definitely not a nightclub.
No, definitely not. But the food, I've been there a few times, and my first introduction to the Whisky Barrel was at Le Tip, and you were serving some of your famous meatloaf, and I was just like, man, this food is good.
Thank you.
It was hard to make a good meatloaf. You know, you always, to me, I think meatloaf, it brings you back to mom. Yeah,
Definitely.
That's a comfort food. And my mom's been gone for many years, so when I had it, I was just like, man, I like this guy here.
Right on, thank you.
And so I've been back a few times. Can't miss it. There's always you have a steak and shrimp special?
Yeah, we do that every. Our restaurant is open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday is just tacos. It's Taco Tuesday, which is a big deal at Whisky Barrel. And then the rest of the week we have the full menu. So the meatloaf is always on the menu. The steak and shrimp is always on the menu.
Yeah, you can't beat that steak and shrimp deal, man. What is it like?
It's a certified Angus, New York, 10-ounce steak. Comes with shrimp. We make our mashed potatoes and fresh vegetables every day, and Texas toast. And I think it's $14.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
No,
man.
you can't.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
That steak is amazing.
Thank you.
So, and I've reached out to you. You did a cupcake challenge with me, which people don't really know that you do pastries and desserts as well.
We don't do a lot of that. I actually don't make the cupcakes. I make most of the food there, but the cupcakes and stuff like that is, excuse me, my buddy Kevin Turnbow, who's a chocolatier, however you say it, and he's an amazing
those
baker.
Fancy names for cooks, right?
So he does some extravagance desserts for us. We do desserts on certain occasions, like whenever we do a whiskey flight pairing, or for whatever reason. But whenever I need something like that, I call on Kevin because he's absolutely amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why your cupcakes didn't win that day.
Yeah,
but
right
man, I was like, what are you guys talking about? These
Yeah.
things are amazing.
Yeah, cool.
But everybody has a different, flavor palette.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like Cocoa Pebbles versus Cocoa Puffs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like
Yes.
everybody likes something different. And for me, those were they banana, peanut butter?
Yeah, I think they were.
They were amazing.
I think they were banana cupcakes with peanut butter frosting.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was good. I don't know how you lost, bro.
I actually didn't get to taste those.
You
but-
didn't?
No, because that day I was, I'm usually, because I was at stock market and I'm usually there for all the stock markets, but that particular one, I forgot I had something going on. I think I was catering a wedding. That's what it was. Yeah, so I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah. It was good.
Right on.
So what do you do for the community? Let's touch on. You do a lot of little things for people that I think you should get a little recognition for.
Well, thanks.
We kind of go through life. And sometimes we need to give back a little bit. So I just want to touch on that a little bit. Let people know that there are good people still in the community.
Well, you say I do little things, and that really is it, because people say, oh, God, you do so much. It's like, well, really what I'm doing is not that big of a deal for me. It's easy for me to do. And I do it for certain people or certain charities or certain...
you have to feel a connection to the charity. You just can't do it for any charity, otherwise your heart's not in it.
True.
And,
yeah.
And for me, I'm connected with different organizations. You have to have a passion for what they believe in and believe in what they believe in order to spend some time on money on that.
I've done. I know you do a lot of stuff with disabled veterans. That's something I definitely believe in. And so we did something for Toys for Tots with the Marines on Christmas, and I do a lot, whatever I can for dogs. If it's dogs that are in need of something, then there's, and not just full-on shelters, but there's been a couple of, there's been some stores that there were some in particular dogs that went through a lot of heartache, I should say, and they needed a lot of money to get them fixed up again. And I got a soft spot in my heart for dogs, so I've done a lot of events for that with the Bully Breed Rescue and a few other private things like that. So
cool. We'll have to connect with the Delta Humane Society and see if we could do some fun.
Yeah, anytime. I'd always get behind that.
So there's Whisky Barrel, and then there's Alder Street Catering.
Alder Street Catering, yes.
So why did you separate the two? Why is it Whisky Barrel and Alder Street?
Because Alder Street Catering is, I just felt like the name Whisky Barrel didn't really
have the prestige.
It didn't have the prestige. I mean, it sounds like a bar, which Whisky Barrel is a bar. But for the catering, I just wanted it to sound different than Whisky Barrel. I don't think people, when they're looking for, if someone's getting married or something, they're looking for a caterer.
Those are rednecks or hillbillies.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a lot. I've catered weddings where we bring the booze and the beer. I've got a beer truck and everything.
Yes, that beer truck.
Yeah.
Taps on the side,
yes.
baby.
And then that's come in handy a few times. That's kind of a new thing we have here. But I just thought the name should be different. And also, I don't know if I might start doing catering out of another kitchen, not just Whisky Barrel. So I'm cooking out of Whisky Barrel, but I might be doing it other places too. So
you're expanding, or you never know where you're going to be? Yeah,
I never know where I'm going to be. We're Alder Street Catering might kind of merge with Windmill Cove as well. So okay. We have we've just completely updated the kitchen there, so I might start doing some catering out of there as well. So
yeah, let's talk about Windmill Cove. I mean, there is no real destinations in the Stockton area there where people can go for summer fun. So let's dive into Windmill Cove. It closed down recently, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
It's never closed down?
No, no. It's open. Excuse me. A lot of people don't know that it stays open all year round.
Okay.
I think. Damn. Sorry.
He's dying here.
I know. I think I don't want to say. Talk out of turn. I'm pretty sure that the old owner might have shut down in the wintertime.
Okay.
But we definitely are not going to be doing that.
Jerry, I'm about to give him mouth to mouth or resuscitate him here in a second.
So right now we are open. We're open 5 nights a week right now.
So how did that come about? Because you're such an awesome chef, or what?
I don't think that was the main reason. I used to bartend there about 11 years ago, so it was right when the current property owner had just purchased the place. So
okay.
I was the first bartender that other than the crew that they already had there, I was the first one that they brought on to kind of, I don't want to say revamp the place, but he brought me in to work Taco Tuesdays, and he let me bring in my friends who I bartended with. So it was mainly at the time Garlic Brothers employees. That's where I was working at the time.
Okay.
So I started doing Taco Tuesdays. And at the time, they had asked me to take over as manager. I couldn't do it because I was working full-time at Garlic Brothers, and I wasn't ready to make that transition yet. I knew I was going to be buying my own bar pretty soon. So he reached out to me about 4 months ago and asked if I wanted to take over Windmill Cove. And I didn't.
You're like, are you crazy?
I didn't hesitate. I said, yes, I do. He said, well, come out and talk to me and tell me what your plan would be. So I went out, I think 2 days later, and we had a long discussion, and we decided that it was going to be a good fit for them and for me. So
nice. So
yeah.
Was there any, like, if we're going to do this, I want a new kitchen. I can't work on this 1950s.
Well, I didn't even have to do that because I think the property owner, Dave and Marcia, I think that they wanted not only a better bar, better business, better campgrounds, better building. They're making better plans on every aspect of the whole property, the campgrounds.
So it's getting a whole new face.
It is, the grounds on the the old Asher turf and the rough ground to the stage has been completely replaced. The kitchen has been completely updated and is sparkling clean now.
Wow.
Anyone that wants to come in and take a look at the kitchen now and bring a white glove, they're more than welcome to come and take a look at how clean the kitchen is now. The bar is updated. It's hard for the customer to see what we've done, but as far as where the bartenders are working, you're going to see that we've updated a lot. It's built for speed. It's going to be a lot cleaner, better, nicer bar now.
So they can get the drinks in and out a lot faster?
A lot faster, yeah.
It does get pretty packed in the summer.
Yeah, it does.
So what kind of entertainment are you going to have there? You going to have just a DJ? You going to have live music? What's the vibe going to be like? The new vibe, I should say.
Definitely live music. DJs are not really going to be happening out there. There might be one or two, and they're not the traditional DJs that have been out there.
You're trying to change the environment.
I am, yes. So I don't know exactly what the DJs were playing out there. I heard it was a lot of rap, R&B, and EDM. That stuff's not going to be happening at all anymore. It's going to be just live music, mostly rock, country, a lot of classic rock, 90s rock.
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, I'm going to bring a lot of 90s stuff in. I don't want to appeal just to the over 40s. There's going to be some. I know 90s isn't brand new stuff, but it's for the people that are in their 30s. They
So what's
still
your age demographic? 30 and up?
Probably. Of course, there's going to be the 21-year-olds out there, and they're welcome. As long as they behave, they'll.
That's the big key right there, behaving yourself.
We were both 21. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I did a lot of knucklehead things when I was young, but it's not gonna.
Speak for yourself, Jerry. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have my moments.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned something about the campgrounds. I didn't even know there was a campground out there because I always went to Windmill Cove via boat.
Sure.
So I didn't even know you could actually drive out there.
Yeah, you can. I drive there every day.
You don't drive your Ski-Doo out there?
I don't. It's not that. God damn. Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm not supposed to say that on the radio.
It's all right. We'll bleep it out later.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't live?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Somebody's saying it's fake news, Jerry. Daphne.
No, go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about
the campgrounds.
Campgrounds.
Yeah, there is campgrounds. So a lot of people think that you just can get there by boat, but I drive out there every day. And then the people who talk about driving out there say, "Oh my God, it takes forever." It really doesn't take that long. It's
How do you get out there?
You get on Highway 4, which is Charter Way, and
Okay.
it's 17 minutes from Charter and 90. Or it's Charter and I-5. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just go straight down Highway 4, and you take a right on inland, and inland goes to Holtz, and it dead ends right at Windmill Cove Road. So it's right on the water there.
A lot of people come from all over the country to camp there, or is it just more local people?
Well, this is the first summer that I've been there, so I know the campgrounds get packed and sold out every summer. So there is the RV campground, there's a tent campground, and so I'll learn a lot about that this summer.
Interesting. I had no idea. So when are you going to be ready to rock and roll, so to speak, at Windmill Cove?
Well, we've done a lot already. We had a big event 2 weeks ago. We had the meet and greet, and it was Carolyn. She bartended there for 22 years. It was her retirement party. So
Oh, wow.
we had and it was slam packed out there on a Sunday. And I think this Sunday will be too, because we're having a big barbecue at 1:30 on the deck. Just waiting for a little bit. It looks like the weather's going to be decent. It's not going to be hot by any means, but it looks like the sun is going to be out a little bit. So we're going to have a barbecue. We're just chomping at the bit for the sun to come out, and then we're going to start rocking and rolling out there. So the barbecue is just kind of to, keep people in the loop that we're doing a lot of things and come out and check us out. The kitchen will be fully open. Probably within a month, we'll start cooking out of that every day.
What kind of menu are you going to have there?
I'm still working on that.
Any Jerry's famous recipes going to be going on out there?
There'll be a few things from Whisky Barrel, but it won't be the same menu. I don't want to do the exact same thing.
Right.
I'm taking a lot of advice from people, what they want to see. I'm asking a lot of people what they want out there. I know the steak and shrimp, we will be doing that as well. But anything else, I don't know. Of course, the
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday, of course, we have to go out there because that's the biggest Taco Tuesday in Stockton. But it won't be the same Whisky Barrel tacos. We're going to figure that out exactly how we're going to do that. So
I went out there one time. It was just like it was years ago. It was like cheap ground beef and just like thrown together. I was just like, man, I could get this at Taco Bell. I had to come all the way out here for this. It was a while ago. So hopefully you're gonna level up that.
Again, I don't know what the last owner was doing out there. I've heard. You hear good things, you hear bad things. So
all I know is that if you're cooking them, then they gotta be good.
Thank you, appreciate that. They will be. I promise you that.
So everything there is fresh. That's that's one thing I noticed. You could tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing when you taste some good food. You're like, wow, what's so different? Like it's the freshness.
Yeah.
It hasn't sat in the
It all starts with the ingredients. I mean, that's more than half the battle is just buying fresh, quality ingredients. So.
Sweet. So when's is there any plans for a grand opening rock concert at Whisky Barrel?
Yeah, the first concert is, I believe, going to be May 4th, and that is one of my favorite bands, Radical Times, is coming in. They do a lot of 80s new wave, and that's going to be on, we're calling it Quattro de Mayo out there, because that's the first.
Quattro de Mayo.
The first, because it's on a Saturday. It's the first little bit of sun, and then after that, the within a few weeks, I'm going to have the entire summer schedule posted. So,
and where can they find that?
It will be on the Whisky Barrel. The Windmill Cove Facebook and Instagram, and then also it'll be a giant poster for the when you go out to Windmill Cove, you'll see the entire summer schedule. It's pretty exciting. We're bringing in a lot of really, really big bands. I'm about 2/3 done with the summer schedule. So.
Can you drop some names of some big bands you're bringing?
Journey Revisited will be there. Long Time, it's a Boston tribute. I have Foo Tube, the Foo Fighters tribute. Unglued, Stone Temple Pilots tribute. Riff Raff, the AC/DC tribute. Mystic Moon, Fleetwood Mac tribute.
Dang, how do you do?
Foolin', it's a Def Leppard tribute. It goes on, and then we have some big country bands out there too coming. The Bull is doing the Bull Roundup with Whiskey Kiss will be the first big country show out there, and it goes on and on. It's the biggest bands and stuff will be out there.
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Sure.
So how do people find you?
Me personally?
Whisky Barrel and Windmill Cove. How do they get connected with if they want to go visit the restaurant?
Well, if you want to come to Whisky Barrel, we're open, like I said, Tuesday through Saturday right now. And that's on 151 West Alder Street. But go to the Whisky Barrel Facebook. That has all of our information as far, because we do a lot of live music at Whisky Barrel too. And like this Saturday, we have a great show with Get Off the Couch Presents, and he's bringing in 3 really good bands. Rudy Campfeld's going to be there. It's a Clash tribute band. They're amazing. And then for Windmill Cove, we're doing a little bit until, a lot of little events until once it gets warm, it's going to be...
It's going to be crazy.
It is going to be full steam ahead for...
Full steam.
Yeah. So it will be 7 days a week, maybe. Definitely 6, maybe 7, but it's going to be rock and rolling for sure out there, because you know how it is out there. That's the biggest and baddest place in
it is.
in Stockton in the summertime.
Where else do you go in the summer around here? There's nothing to do, really.
Yeah, well, Garlic Brothers is still pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
And that's towns, and I'll be cooperating with the Garlic Brothers on a lot of different things. We might do some events together. I was with the owner last week, and Garlic Brothers is still near and dear to my heart. I was there for so long. It's still one of my favorite places.
I'll stop in there once in a while for a Friday night office visit.
Yeah, the best view in Stockton.
Oh man, beautiful sunsets.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Connect with Jerry, Whisky Barrel, Windmill Cove. See you next Wednesday. Be kind to everybody, because you never know when you're going to touch somebody's life, or more importantly, you never know when they're going to touch yours. Have a great day.